Hi everyone and welcome to RecipeCosting.com. My name is Robert and I am very excited to tell you about our newest version of our software, Recipe Costing 4.0. This is an introductory video. It's going to be short. We're going to make several videos with all of the new features, all of the new enhancements, and we're going to send them out hopefully before August 8th, which is our launch date. So you'll start seeing some videos. We're going to start with this one. This is just to get you familiar. We didn't want to just give you an upgrade to the software and suddenly you log in and don't know where everything is and everything's being rearranged and even the look and feel is not the same anymore. So let's get started. Right now we're looking at the very new and improved dashboard. If you look at it, you'll see there's some headings up there. We have multiple companies, multiple locations, to and from dates, so that you can actually select and take a look at a date range of one or all of your locations. And it gives you an idea of your sales count, your total sales, your average sales, your top selling items. But right below it, we even added a product mix. And again, we're going to go into detail of all these features. This is really just to get you familiar with what's to come. If you're brand new to recipe costing, we've created a wizard. So when you log in for the first time, this wizard will guide you through all of the setup items necessary to get started with our software. If you're an existing recipe costing member, then you're not going to need it, but you could still go through the wizard. It'll be there for you and it covers every item you need to set up in its 9 pages. Not very long, but really gets you going so you can get the software off and running. I mentioned earlier we have multiple companies and locations. That's going to be under our setup section under Office. You're going to see a company. We have one here, but you can definitely have multiple companies within this software. And if you only have one company, but you have multiple locations, we covered that as well. Here you can enter multiple locations and manage all of the locations and the data that's coming in right from the dashboard. We also enhanced the employee page. It's called staff in the old version. We call it employee here. And if you click on it, you'll notice that it interacts and looks very much like maybe a deputy or a hot schedule. So if you're using any of those two programs, you may see a lot of similarities here. Next, I want to take a look at is production. So let's take a look at our food order guide. Food order guide looks very much the same. It has been better organized and features have been enhanced within the software. So we'll click on an example, baking powder. Just gives you an idea. You can upload a picture, tells you where you can find this item, and allows you to toggle between food and materials. The biggest difference is that materials does not have a USDA database tied to it, and food does. Next, I want to take a look at recipes. And we're just going to look at recipes because sub-recipes looks exactly the same, and to save time, we're just going to look at one. If you click on it, you'll notice that you can scale it. This has been improved over the older version, and you can also print it in PDF as well. Let's take a look at the recipe details. Again, just better organized and enhanced. You'll see that you have your cost on top, your recipe information is right below, and all the items that make up this actual recipe when they're repurposed will be here. And at the very bottom, you can still add your labor, you can still add your materials, and you can still do your directions. Let's move on to menu items. Again, recipes, sub-recipes, and menu items all have the scaling feature. So if you click on it and you click scale, you can scale by percentage or by portions. And if we look at the details and we go right into it, again, just better organized. Gives you all the information here, all the items that you're using and recipes to make up this plate. And then at the very end, it'll give you your cost, your food cost, your cost percentage, and your gross profits. Next, let's take a look at the transactions section. This has also changed. Expenses now support multiple companies as well as multiple locations. So selecting your location will begin to populate the data. These are all the fixed expenses for this location. And the software is saying, if I took all of these expenses and divided out throughout the year daily, theoretically, I'd have to make about $981 per day. This is important because the daily sales, when you enter it, will also track these expenses for you. So let's take a look at daily sales. And you'll notice as I enter my daily sales, I will tell the software what I sold, how much I sold it for. If I have tax, it will add the tax to it. And it will tell me what my total sales are, any taxes, what my fixed expenses are. These are the ones that we detailed in our expense sheet, and what my theoretical net profit is. So really giving me a better idea of how my costing is working with my software. The next section I want to talk about is the app marketplace. We are integrating with other vendors. We have 2 right now. We have several down the list that we want to integrate with. And we ask you to please send us your recommendations. We do listen to you. And for many of you who have been using the software and asking for these items, as you can see, we've integrated it. So I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this introductory video. Continue to look out for other videos that are going to be coming throughout the week. If you can't find them on the email site, feel free to go directly to our website where we'll have the videos and you can watch them from there. Thanks again.